Hi, I'm going to give a brief demonstration on how to import a network into Cape from a shapefile. So I'm just going to open an existing workgroup, go to Network Data, Networks, right mouse click, and then create Shapefile Network. And I'll just call this Extended Network. And I'm going to go and open that up by right mouse clicking on it, View. I've got three tabs on this page: data source, pipes, and nodes. Pipes and nodes are empty right now because my data source is empty. In order to edit it, I need to hit this edit button, and then I can just go in and specify the shapefiles. I'm going to pick the nodes, shapefile, and then I need to specify the ID column within the shapefile. And I'm going to pick the node ID column. Now this field needs to be unique. There can't be any duplicate values or any missing values for that matter. And there's this little link here if you want to check to make sure that it's unique. And then we can also specify the name field, and I'll use the node ID again for there. And these other fields I'm just going to leave empty because I don't have any information for them. For the pipes, I'm going to pick the pipe shapefile and then start specifying some of this other information. So the ID corresponds to the asset ID field in the shapefile. I'm going to use the same field for the name. Now I need to specify the upstream and downstream nodes IDs. This is very important so that the connectivity information is provided. So in pretty much anything you want to do within Cape that uses the network, you're going to need to specify the downstream and upstream nodes so that the connectivity information is there. For height, I'm going to pick the width field from this shapefile because I think that's the only thing I've got that's indicating the pipe dimensions. Do the same thing for width. Length, I'm going to specify the length. Shape, material, the invert elevations, I'm going to leave that empty. And then I need to specify the units for the inverts, and I'll leave that at feet. I'm not even providing that information, so that's not too important. But the height and width units are inches, the length units are feet, so that's all fine. So I'm going to hit apply. And now I can go and look at the pipes and the nodes table, and I can see all the information that I provided for the pipes. Now, down at the bottom, there are these little flags that will pop up if there are any problems that Cape finds with the data. So it's going to look for pipes that don't have an ID, pipes with non-unique IDs, pipes with missing downstream node IDs, missing upstream node IDs, pipes with downstream nodes that cannot be found, and upstream nodes that cannot be found. This is a nice way to make sure that your network is in good shape before you start using it with Cape. And if you click this little box to hide the pipes in the table without flags, you'll be able to see just the ones that have problems. Same thing for the nodes. It'll flag nodes with no ID and then with non-unique IDs. So you can see I've got a node with two nodes with this ID. So those would be things I'd want to go and fix in my shapefiles before I continue. You can see now that I've modified this network, there's a little star next to it up here. I'm just going to go and press Save Extended Network so that gets saved. One thing that I wanted to mention is that it's highly recommended that you copy the shapefiles that you use for your network into your data corral folder within your workgroup folder. And let me show you where that is. So I'm going to navigate to my workgroup folder. It's called Demo Workgroup. And I'm going to go, here it is, here's the data corral folder. So I'm going to open it up and create a subfolder in here that I can store my network data. I call this Networks. Okay, so I'm going to navigate now to where my shapefiles are. It's in this folder, Demo Data. I'm just going to copy all of this, and I'm going to go paste it into the data corral folder. Demo Workgroup, Data Corral, Networks. Paste it right here. Now be sure you do this before you set up your network within Cape so that it's pulling the data from within this data corral folder rather than some location outside of the workgroup. This will make it a lot easier if you need to move your workgroup to another physical location, like another local drive, like maybe a server your connections to your data to the shapefiles won't get broken, because if they're saved within this data corral folder, everything will be saved with a relative path. So that's all there is to setting up a shapefile network in Cape.